Alright, in today's video I'm actually going to show you how to propagate avocado seeds. They start out obviously in avocado and you want to carefully remove it. You can take the skin off after it dries, but it's easier to remove the skin when it's still fresh. It takes a long time, so I'm going to speed it up. You also want to remove the skin because it helps the plant crack faster for the roots to form, and sometimes when you leave the skin on as well, it can kind of get gross. So I'm just going to skip through this process, but show me removing it. Alright, so this is what we're left with. As you can see from the crack here, you'll see where the pit is going to separate and form roots. There's been many different ways that you can propagate these in a cup of water with toothpicks. Just do yourself a favor and just don't do that. It's such a waste of time. So I'm just going to clean up here and we will be right back. Alright, so from here you want to take a Ziploc bag, a wet paper towel, not soaking wet, just damp. This is, I think, like 2 sheets paper towel. And you're just going to layer it, fold it up, boom. Easiest thing. And then you're just going to get some of the air out, and that's it. And then you're gonna just wait a few weeks to sometimes a month. I have one that's been going on longer that I will show you in a second. Alright, so this one I believe has been in my cabinet for probably over a month now, and it's cracked open. But some seeds you'll find are a little bit more stubborn about rooting. There is a root, if you could see right in there. So it'll focus. There we go. So it's just taking a while longer to come out all the way. And that'll happen sometimes. I just let it do its thing in there for a while. And if it starts to show that it's not going to progress anymore, then I will dispose of it. Sometimes when you are doing it this way, which is honestly has been easier on me, I haven't grown an avocado tree since maybe 4 years ago and it died. That was way before I even knew anything about plants, so I was surprised I even was able to do it. Doing it the toothpick way can damage the seed itself, and this is just so much easier. You just put it in the bag and then put it in a dark, cool place. You're going to want to check it maybe once a week, and just make sure the paper towel stays damp. You don't want it soaking wet. I actually put mine in a warmish place. Now, when your plant starts to root, you can put it in soil, but you don't want the pit in soil because that will rot. Rather, you want the root just covered in the soil, and then this will fall off eventually. As you can see, it is growing pretty well. I'm probably going to add some plant food into the water just so it kind of gives it a little bit more of a boost. With these guys too, it's fine if some of the roots just didn't make it in the water, like these two right here, they're kind of dried up. As long as these guys are in the water, it's fine. You do have an option of just keeping it in its water vessel and just keeping it like that. It'll do fine. If you do plan on planting these in soil, I would highly recommend a well-draining soil mix. You can use orchid bark, or you can add extra perlite to your soil, and that will provide enough drainage for the plant. Once these guys start to form leaves though, you do want to trim them because it will promote more growth and a stronger plant. That's something you should do when they get to be that big. I'll also insert a picture of what they will start out as and then what they will get to be size-wise, they can just keep growing. Also, something that's very confusing for some people is that these plants will not produce any fruit. You need a female and a male. That's very hard to come across. These guys are more so just houseplants at this point when you propagate them like this, and I did start out with about 5 or 6 of these seeds, and these two were the only two that made it. The other ones, the roots came down awkwardly, so they broke off, or some were just soaking up so much water that I couldn't keep up with them, and they just unfortunately died. I didn't do a close-up of this guy, but that's what that one's looking like. The roots look great. If I could find the jar. So basically you're gonna have some fails with these seeds. Some just don't want to root for you, some don't want to propagate at all, some are more stubborn. Now I do plan on making an Instagram for people to follow the progress of my plants as far as like propagating and starting plants from seeds such as this. When I do make an Instagram, I will put the link below and I will insert it here if it's already made and set up. If you guys have any questions or comments, just leave them down below. And if you have done this, how was your success with it? What did you hate about the process? What made it easier? That'll be it for today's video, so just make sure to like and subscribe for new videos.